Brent talk with us. She sort of has a counseling background, about some of the things she sees and some things that have to do with our children and all this. And so that was great, and it kind of really hit home, I know, for both myself and Dave, my husband. And then this morning, I was talking with this lovely lady, Danae, and I met Janelle and Danae, and all I could think about was Janelle's name, sorry. And so she was talking to me about love and logic, and it's just like, it just poured in, because Jody had prepared me last night, through God, to hear this. And I just, this happens to me all the time. I'm amazed at how I'm always prepared to hear the thing that I need. So I'm very thankful for it.
Thanks for sharing.
Well, I'm so very thankful for this church, and it just means so much to me. And I love every one of you, and I cherish your prayers.
Yeah.
Just tremendously. It's brought me through some very, very difficult times, and it just keeps me going. It really does. So thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Joanne. Yeah, great lessons are for us when you hear this, it's a journey that we're on. And so over the course of a year, you think, well, you pray for somebody here, pray for somebody there, pray for somebody. But then, Joanne or any of us, really, Jan, God's been so faithful over this course of this whole year, this incredible struggle of journey that we're on, and you've prayed. So just it's a great revelation for us to just continue to say, wow, our prayers, none of them are taken for granted. The Lord hears every one of them. And He puts them into practice, He puts them into work. So that's great to hear.
Well, I know that everybody's already said this 100 times, so I don't want it to sound trite or anything like that, but I am very thankful for the church body. And specifically because of the church body and the things that Sherry and I have gone through this past week, I got a phone call from my good friend Rob. And I know that the offer that he made me, because I had, Sherry and I were hosting for our family. We have a very large family. We were expecting about 30 people to our house on Thanksgiving, and I was going to do it by myself because Sherry was down in Medford with her dad. And Rob called and said that he'd come over and help. And I knew that if I said, yeah, come, he would have dropped everything and would have come. And that means a lot. And that's not only special because of the relationship that we have, but I know that there would have been, if he hadn't called, there would have been several others that would have. Because God always provides. And so I'm thankful for God's provision. And if you could just pray for Sherry, her whole family is not saved. And so she is really praying during this time for opportunity that she can really be that light of Christ in the family situation. And so could just pray for guidance and wisdom and opportunity for her. That'd be much appreciated.
All right. Anybody else? Feel free. I don't want to rush you.
I want to say again, I had prayed, the Whites had me come over, and Larry came and got me on Thanksgiving because I was a chicken trying to drive on the roads, and I had such a joyous time. But yesterday, we went over to my middle son's home, and I prayed and prayed and I prayed that it would be okay. And my grandson, who moved out a few months ago under just some very unhappy circumstances, I prayed that God would give me an opportunity to share with him. And while the whole world was buzzing around, he came and he sat. And God gave me an opportunity to talk to him about forgiveness, to talk to him about the Lord. And he said to me, he reached over and he gave me this big bear hug, and he said, Grandma, can I come over and spend 2 or 3 days with you? And you can teach me more about this forgiveness thing.
It's nice Thanksgiving. Cool. Yeah, Larry.
I might add that Diana is a pretty brave chicken chicken, you can't spend Thanksgiving with it.
Things can get a little crazy.
There was a lesson to be learned in that though. Just a simple phone call. Sometimes being a servant isn't the easiest thing in the world. When I called her up and I asked her, I said, are you still planning on coming for Thanksgiving? And she said, no, I can't drive. And I said, that's not why I'm calling. I'm coming to get you. And the phone goes dead. And I'm like, hello, are you there? Hello? Hello? Well, she was overtaken by emotion. And of course, so was I in turn, just by a simple act of reaching out to Diana. It was just a real blessing to our family to have her.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Yeah.
I'm thankful more for friends God has given me here because I've never really been in community where you actually you're vulnerable with people and you keep being friends with them instead of moving away. And I'm just really thankful for all the love that He has shown to me and given to me, and patience and kindness, and it's been a really growing year for me with that, and God has through these people, God really has shown me that, yeah, that I really do love you, and it's true, and I'm really thankful for it.
Awesome. That's a great lesson right there. Stay. Yeah, let people get to know you.
I have one more thing very exciting to share. And I haven't asked for prayer for my daughter and my son-in-law. His mom is dying of ALS, and she's got maybe 2 weeks. But he has chosen to give up his job, to give up his home, to take care of her in his home. And they gave up the baby's nursery for her, and made the room really, really comfortable for her. He goes in and he puts her makeup on her every day, makes her presentable, makes her feel well. She can't speak now. She's got no use of her legs, arms, or anything. But on Thanksgiving Day, we chose to have Thanksgiving at her home, at my daughter's home, where Gail is laying. And so she got to hear the sounds of the family. And everybody went in to talk to her and make her part of the event. And my son-in-law has had a tough time emotionally with this. I mean, it's a hard thing to do, and to take care of your mom who's dying. And he's been angry, but that day his anger ceased to be, and he saw the gathering of family and how much everybody loved her. And it just was a relaxing thing for him, and I praise God for that, because God was in that room in this house with us that day, and we prayed, and he got to hear the prayer and feel united as a family. So he's not losing a family, he's gaining a family. And he wants to make sure that he and his family are at a service for Christmas Eve.
Good.
So I just, it's a tough situation.
Thanks, Jen.
I'd like to thank you and Jenny for being the pastor and preaching here and in the body of the church. And I've learned a lot coming here, and I just love everybody. And I just pray that the body will pray for my family, that some of them are Christians, and that they will come to know the Lord. And I just love you all very much.
Thanks, John. We are blessed, aren't we?
We are blessed.
We are blessed, that's right. Well, we certainly don't want to, yes, sir.